I named my daughter Areola. It's a family name my husband's grandmother, a woman who fled Poland with nothing and built a life here. It's elegant, it's timeless, and it means the world to us. But when I told my sister Bridget, she didn't see heritage. She saw a punchline. She literally spit out her coffee and told me it sounded like a disease you'd catch from a public pool. She didn't stop there. Bridget spent 2 weeks cyberbullying my newborn. She made Instagram stories with text-to-speech voices mocking the name for her close friends. She even showed up at my house with a Starbucks cup where she'd clearly instructed the barista to write Areola instead of Areola. She thought she was the funniest person in the room. My husband Jake had to leave the house before he said something he'd regret. But the universe has a funny way of checking a big ego. Last Tuesday, I ran into Bridget's boyfriend Connor at Target. He looked miserable. He told me his own sister had just had a baby and he was lost in the diaper aisle. Then he asked me a question that changed everything. Is Bridget always this mean? She spent an hour at my family dinner mocking my sister's baby name, called it white trash with aspirations. My whole family was so uncomfortable. I felt my brain short circuit. I asked him what the name was. He said, Areola. I started laughing so hard I had to lean against the formula shelves. I told him, Connor, my baby is named Areola, and Bridget has been bullying me for 2 weeks about it. Connor's face went white. It turned out Bridget was playing 2 different characters. To me, she was the cool sister mocking a pretentious name. To Connor's family, she was the elegant girlfriend who literally cried when she heard the name Areola, calling it divine and timeless to impress them. The truth came out at Sunday dinner. Bridget walked into my parents' house and actually cooed over my daughter's carrier. Before I could say a word, Connor jumped in. Yeah, she's beautiful. And her name is Areola, right? Just like my niece. The room went dead silent. Bridget's face turned a shade of red I've never seen before. Connor didn't let up. He turned to our parents and said, funny, Bridget told me it was the most beautiful name she'd ever heard. But my sister says Bridget called it a pool disease. My dad turned off the TV. My mom put down her spoon. I just sat there and listed every cruel thing she'd done. The Instagram stories, the Areola cup. Bridget tried to call us too sensitive, but Connor wasn't having it. He looked at her like she was a stranger and said, you're a completely different person depending on who you're trying to impress. That's not a joke. That's just being fake as hell. Connor grabbed his jacket and walked out right then and there. Bridget tried to scream that I'd destroyed her relationship, but I reminded her that the name Areola means golden, and it looks like it finally shone a light on exactly who she really is.